welcome to Working Bikes. Anybody here for the first time? All right, a lot of old friends. And that's what we were hoping for today. People who are familiar with Working Bikes, part of Working Bikes. Working Bikes has a huge community around Chicago. A ton of volunteers make this happen. We have board members in attendance, staff in attendance, volunteers, my daughter, who they make a lot of noise throughout this, and also community partners. Thanks to Recycle for coming down, Chicago Youth Boxing Club, wonderful to see so much representation. Department of Transportation, thank you, Gia, for coming. It's really a treat to have you here and be able to introduce you to Karim Kamara. We have sent over 6,000 bicycles to Karim in the last 10 years alone. Karim is our partner, director of the Village Bike Project, Sierra Leone. He puts every one of those bikes to good use and is going to tell us a little bit about that today. We've been fortunate for the last week and a half or so to have Karim in town and participate in every aspect of Working Bikes operations. We loaded containers not just for you in Sierra Leone, but also for a new partner in Bwindi, Uganda. Karim was essential in that. We couldn't have done it without you. Participated in a community ride in North Lawndale with Boxing Out Negativity. Got 200 bikes to kids out in North Lawndale. Karim did a ton of wrenching. Also fixed a flat en route. And helped.
Awesome.
It was very impressive. And got to experience some of the bike community here in Chicago. And I know we're all looking forward to hearing about the bike efforts in Sierra Leone. And without further ado, Karim, thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Abdul Karim Kamara, aka Stylish. I can't leave that behind. And country director for Village Bicycle Project. Of course, Village Bicycle Project is a US non-profit organization changing lives in West Africa through the power of bicycle. Well, from what Trevor has said, this organization can't exist in that part of the world without the support of Working Bikes and without the support of you guys. So we have been doing an amazing job there to change life through the power of bike because of your support, the volunteers, the partners, and whosoever gets involved. It has all been happening there because of you. Next slide. All right, our work involves women and girls, including boys and men. But for the past 10 years, we have been focusing on women and girls because in Africa, it has been like a taboo for girls or women not to ride a bicycle. So with our work with Village Bicycle Project, through the support of Working Bikes, we have been making it happening to put more women and girls on the bike. Because women cycle to the markets, girls cycle to school, they cycle to work. Now they race nationally and internationally. Next slide. The aim is rapidly the use of bicycle as a mode of transportation and participation in the sport of cycling in communities around Sierra Leone. Because the work we have been doing there, transportation is a very big challenge, and more especially for girls. At one time, I went to a community where I heard a story of girls has been in early pregnancy because of what? Lack of transportation. You know, lack of transportation is a very big problem in Africa. And if the taxi drivers and the motorbike riders take advantage of the girls by giving them a ride. When they give them a ride, the next thing will happen, there will be sexual intercourse. But with our work there in that community, after getting the story, because we have been doing several communities across Sierra Leone, after getting that particular story, we send bikes there for girls and women. they started having the opportunity to access their own transportation through bicycle. So despite that, with cycling also, we are being able to showcase girls, because there has been lack of inequality in the country, especially for cycling sport. They said women or girls should not race, and in general, just bicycle is bad for girls. But with our work, we have been able to inspire and give training to girls to race nationally and internationally, which has raised their profile into the international level. Education. Our work doesn't only support transportation or neither sport, it supports education. As you all know, education is the key to success. Without education, I think many things will not happen in the world, and we can't even exist. But with bikes, we have been able to set up bicycle libraries in the country, wherein girls can have the access to borrow bicycle to go to school and go to market and go to the farm and bring goods and crops to the market to sell. And despite that, our work has been endlessly supportive to these girls, and now most of them are ladies and women. Most of them have been able to get the opportunity to go to university, to go to other tertiary institutions, to go to do more skill trainings and able to support their families. Because back in West Africa, especially Sierra Leone, where I am from, it's one of the poorest countries in the world. Even to make $1 a day is very hard. For most of you that has been in Africa, you can prove me right. So with bike supporting education, it has been a massive changes of life. All this work can't happen without the support of walking bikes and without the support of volunteers in this particular city of Chicago. Next slide. Women and girls.
Right.
We put particular emphasis on young women who are often not taught to ride the bike. We deliver Learn to Ride training around the country, with participants receiving a donated village bicycle project bike at the end. We are also seeing encouraging growth in the competitive side of cycling, with more women racing than ever before. So, as I said before, coming to this slide, we have been putting more emphasis on women and girls, for them to able to access the bicycle, use it as a means of transportation, for we to show the public that there should be an equality of cycling for both men and women, boys and girls. So for that reason, we doesn't only limit it to transportation, we also extend it to cycling growth. Because if a 7 million population of Sierra Leone seeing 5 girls being outside of Sierra Leone cycling, I think it creates a lot of changes which we have got. So with this, girls has been getting the opportunity to access bicycle in the community, as we have been putting more emphasis on that, and also they have been able to race through our training and other subsequent programs we are doing for them to showcase their talent through cycling. Next slide. The local economy. Some donors use their bikes as part of their businesses. Mr. Usman Kamara is a palm oil salesman, and his bike allows him to go door to door in the community selling his product. We also donate bikes to local health visitors who can cover significantly more ground and treat more patients as a result. Okay, our work has been supporting the local economy as well. Somebody like Usman, using his bike to go door to door to sell his palm oil, he has been able to support his family. Imagine holding 25 kilograms of water is even heavier than you thought. But with bicycle, it makes it very easy. For those of you that has been in Africa, you know what a bike can do. Like, a bike can carry 10 gallons of palm oil and whatever they can put on it to go door to door and make up their income and support their family. Well, also with the health support we have been giving to different communities across Sierra Leone. Of course, most of you have heard of malaria. Malaria is one of the highest killer disease in Africa. And with our work here, we have been able to support community health workers to use bicycle as a means of selling a message out by telling people, if you are sick of malaria or any other disease, please come to the hospital. That has been helped so much, because back home there, people don't want to go to the hospital. They believe on the quack doctor or the native doctor. So say, I'm not going to the hospital. It is very expensive. So I will just stay in my home or find a quack doctor that can treat me. Not knowing that he or she is putting himself on a high risk. So until a problem arises before they realize they should go to the hospital. So our work with bikes has been endlessly sending the message out, and has been making a lot of impact for people to be able to access hospital, because now malaria treatment is free in the country. Then on this area with bicycle, of course, me talking to you has been able to be a big survivor of the Ebola and COVID-19 pandemic, because by bicycle I can travel alone. By bicycle, health workers can able to go community to community to do sensitization, then give medical supplies. Next slide. Tour de l'Onsal, of course, most of you have heard of this. It's one of the biggest and noisiest races in West Africa. Well, it is started and founded by me because of the passion that I have for the work with bikes. Tour de l'Onsal has been a massive race across the sub-region of West Africa, and it has been given boys and girls the opportunity to race in and out of Sierra Leone, and it has been support in the local economy of Sierra Leone. Next slide, please. West Africa noisiest bike race, the Science and Sports Tour de l'Onsal, represents the biggest event in Sierra Leone and the facial points for competitive cycling in our country. It was founded by Village Bicycle Project country director, which is me, I'm the Karim and list here welcome teams from around Sierra Leone, Nigeria, and the United States. This has been the success we have been getting through the work of bike and through the support of walking bikes and all of you guys. I know some of you has been a volunteer for a couple of years. This has been the impact you have been creating. It has not only been limited here, it has been massively extended in that part of the world. See what we have done here. The race has been the biggest and noisiest bike race in the country, and it has been getting the attraction of people from the United States. This year we have a whole team from the US here that came down there to cycle, and they enjoy it. If you want to get the experience of what they got there, please contact Trevor. We share a link to you that you can see what they experienced there, and I'm sure they are willing to share their experience with you. Well, we have Nigerians team, and a couple of years, because it is the 8th edition of the tour, and it has been bringing teams from Europe as well to cycle in the country. And the goal is to see how we can create more opportunity for girls. As you are seeing, Deborah Fatima Conte, now she's a lady at the back. Of course, she has a very similar story with me. We met her from our Learn to Ride class. She never knew how to ride. We taught her how to ride. From our Learn to Ride program, she was able to join the cycling team, and from joining the cycling team, she has able to race in and out of Sierra Leone. And now, guess what? She has been the first female pro cyclists racing for a German team. This work happens because of your support and the support of walking bikes. All the gears we are using has been a used, donated stuff from you guys. Next slide. The bicycle used by most racers arrive in the country via donation coordinated by Village Bicycle Project and the Mike Bikes Foundation. VBP coordinates donation from a handful of charities around the globe, including Bikes for the World, Walking Bikes, Chicago. You guys should be very proud of this, of what is happening there. And Mike Bikes and Recycle, we get them as a new partner. And without all of these partners, this would not be any bicycle to race. Of course, I'm a mechanic here. When I started, I built hybrid bikes to road bikes so that I can give girls and boys the opportunity to race. So without the work you guys are supporting us here, it could have never reached this level. Next slide. Naturally, there are plenty of treks. So, yeah, treks on the start line at the tour each year, but all of them are decades old, difficult to maintain and get parts for. We desperately need good quality race bikes in order to develop. Well, Trek, as I know, Trek has also been supporting walking bikes here, and from the old bikes, they always send here walking bikes, always send them to us, and which they are like 30 to 20 years old bike. We always manage to use them to develop cycling here. But however, it's a message to Trek. So whosoever know them or have contact with them, please just tell them that we need more recent bikes so that our cycling level can be more developed in Sierra Leone. We have been getting a massive coverage of the tour. As you are seeing here, we have the Guardian, Rural, Cycling News, Cycling Tips, Bike Radar, Sweet Saloon, GCN, and all of it. You know, the networking of our work is always going up higher. We can't reach all of this without you, without the bikes, the tools, the tires and jerseys and everything. So, and if you know anybody that wanna be amongst this coverage, please don't hesitate to contact Walking Bikes or either me. Yeah. Well, we say the science in sports, so the low side. The science in sports has been one of the biggest sponsors of the tour. Of course, I have a very big presence on social media, and I met them on social media, of which they contact me and said they are interested in supporting the tour, and they are massively investing on that. But however, you can also join us to make more impact there through cycling. Well, in Creole, to say thank you, we say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you say you're welcome?
You're welcome. Just you're welcome. You're welcome. So that is one thing about Creole. It's very closer to English. So I want to say thank you for making your time here, and thank you for all these years' support. Thank you, Walking Bikes. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to really tell that I appreciate the support of Walking Bikes by presenting a plaque of good words to the board of directors here and all of the staff here. Please come on stage as I'm presenting this plaque that say, thank you Walking Bikes Chicago for supporting Sierra Leone with bikes. And finally, from the bottom of my heart also, I want to say thanks to Lee and Emmy I know Emmy has been in Africa. What you started as creating millions of impacts, not only in the United States, but outside of the world. So thank you for that. I really feel privileged to meet you guys. Without you, this would have never happened. Thank you. And I would like to call you and the executive director and some of the staff to come and take a picture with me with this flight.
Thank you very much.
So glad everyone worked.
Yes.
A lot of us.
I always get the front.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Cool.
So if you want to ask any question, please let me know while I'm here. Thank you.
Be here
I'm here till Sunday.
till Sunday.